All right, now we're in business. All right, sales meeting, March 20th, 2013. You know, I ask myself, I say, no, Mike, what can you do on the telephone? What can you do on a webinar to help these folks? It's a sales meeting, okay? And that means what can we do? What can I do to stimulate you, motivate your thinking? I'm not in your office. I'm not in your place of business. I can't say, let's go, get up, let's get out there and make more people glad they know us. I have to do it on the telephone every couple of weeks, and I ask myself, how effective am I? What am I doing to help these people, help the Inner Circle membership become more successful? Now, I can wax eloquent based on my 30 or 40 years of experience. I can tell you what I think, but when push comes to shove, you the audience, you the people, you the membership, you have to do it. You have to go do something. And one of the phrases I like is, if you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to get more of what you're getting. And if what you're getting is good, then keep doing what you're doing. But if you want something new, if you want something different, if you want something more exciting, if you want something more profitable, then you're going to have to do something else. Now, what that is entirely up to you, your budget, your time constraints, and your personality. There's so many things that we can do out there to grow our business. There's so many things. You have to decide what it is. And what I hope that I'm accomplishing this is giving you multiple ideas, and you hear one, connect with one, do it, sample it, test it, see that it works, and then plug it into your everyday system. Now, what we don't want to do is get caught up in that shiny bauble of the month syndrome, where, you know, we try this, we try that, and we keep bouncing back and forth. This looks good. I mean, the internet is great for that. Every time you turn the internet on, you see something new and exciting and refreshing. You know, you had the Facebook, you had the Twitter, you had the LinkedIn, you had the Pinterest. I mean, it's always something new. And everybody who's supporting that new thing makes it sound like it's the best thing since sliced bread. But the truth of the matter is, it's just another tool. And you don't, just like in a toolbox, you don't have to use every tool in your toolbox. Having it's fun. Knowing how to use it's fun. But you don't use it all the time. You use it when you need to use it. So I want you to start thinking more seriously about what tools really are working for me, and then go work those tools. That's what we want to do. And I'm going to say this again. If you're on the phone, if you're on the computer, don't worry about it. But if you're on the telephone, there's two different call-in numbers. There's a Canadian number and a United States number. And I caution you, wherever you are, dial the right number so your phone bill reflects such or same or whatever, something like that. All right. Hey, Arvid sent this in today. Arvid's great on the Facebook. Thanks, Arvid. I love this. Conrad Hilton, he's the hotel guy. I think he's famous more for his granddaughter than anything else. But in any event, success seems to be connected with action. Successful people keep moving. They make mistakes, but they don't quit. And on this moving thing, I just met a guy downstairs. I live in a 55 or older home, not a home. Hey, I don't live in a home. I live in a home. I have a house, but it's a home. But it's not that kind of home. It's a 55 or older retirement community. There you go. So, any event, nice guy. He's limping around. I asked, what's wrong? He says, well, I was used to swim, and then I started biking, and my legs seized up overnight. All of a sudden, Mike, just overnight, I was an athlete, and overnight my legs tightened up, my muscles tightened up, and now I'm in pain. It just happened, bingo, just like that. Well, he said to me, this guy, he says, Mike, whatever you do, keep moving. Just keep moving. And I get it. I get it. As the older we get, you got to keep moving so the joints and the muscles and the tendons and all these things don't tighten up on you. And likewise in business, folks, you have to keep moving. I don't care if you fall down. I don't care if you make mistakes. I don't care if you have egg on your face. Just keep on keeping on. And don't quit. And just don't. It's not in the vocabulary. I don't know what that means. I just keep moving on. And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna share something with you right now. My involvement with the Inner Circle is a beautiful thing for me. I don't know if you're benefiting or not. I don't know. I hope you are, but I don't know. I know I am. And the reason being is because everything I say to you, everything I share with you, everything I tell you, everything I suggest or recommend, I listen. I hear myself say it. And if I tell you to do it, then I have to do it. So what I'm really doing is I'm filtering the message through you back to me. And one of the messages is keep moving, because we all get frustrated. We all get stressed out. We all get bummed out. It didn't work. I've been working too hard. I've been at this 5 years and nothing seems to work. And they told me it was going to be easy. I know the routine. I understand that. But don't quit. Or if you decide, for heaven's sakes, if you decide that this game is not for you, then start another game. But don't ever quit, though. You can move games if you want. You can turn pages if you want and go to another chapter if you want. But you don't quit. You keep on going. And part of the success in sales comes when you understand how it works. You get stressed out. You get bummed out when you pretend that things are supposed to work differently than they work. That's why you get depressed. That's why you get frustrated. That's why you feel rejected. Because you feel that somewhere no one's supposed to reject me. No one's supposed to say no to me. No one's supposed to hang up on me. No one's supposed to not answer the door when I knock on the door. The world, folks, works the way the world works. And unfortunately, there's more scams out there. There's more dishonest people. I don't know if you saw it. This cracked me up. This really gets me upset. I don't know. I don't watch any of these reality shows, right? But one of them I think is the Survivor or something like that. It's been on for 1,000 years. Well, look at the latest commercial. They show this young kid, and on the camera he says, "One thing I'm very, very good at is lying to women." That's what he says on it, right there on the commercial. And I turned to my wife. I said, "Well, how cool is that? This guy's got it down to a science, how to lie to women." I mean, he's proud. People, they do that. It's incredible. People feel like that's what you do. And what makes me sad is there's young kids looking at that commercial saying, "Hey, it must be okay to lie, especially to women." Man, he's proud of it, so I'll go lie to women and be a really cool guy. It's incredible. So my point is this. You are not one of them, hopefully, or you wouldn't be in this organization, the inner circle. You're not a liar. You're not a cheat. You're not manipulative. You can be trusted. You are in this business to help people. Now, why I brought that up is because the world out there, the population, the marketplace that you're dealing with is being scammed. They're being cheated. They're lied to. And until you prove your value, you're one of them. So we have to get up, get out, and make, not hope, make more people glad that they know us. And that takes time, and that takes trust, and that takes follow-up, and that takes bringing something of value to the relationship every time you see somebody. That's the game we're in. And unfortunately, it's not an overnight thing. That's too bad. I wish it was. It's not. It takes time. So I sent this out this morning, as you know, and so I got some good comment back. Ken, thanks for that very kind email back, Ken. I told you I was browsing around this morning, and I found my special report, why should I do business with you? Now, anybody who read that, who clicked on a link and saw it, you saw a special report, if you will, special report filled with my words, and I think it was written in my personality. That's all I know how to do with things, just the way I do it. That's how I know how to do it. And it was print on paper. But now here's the lesson. Here's a very important lesson. Look at the screen right here. And it's the same book. Why would anybody want to do business with you? That's what I offered this morning. I mean, that's what I offered. Your competition does not allow you to leave this question to chance. Why would anybody in their right mind want to do business with you? I mean, then there it is. But the point is, here's the point. Read it or don't read it, I don't care. It's up on the website. It's up on the Inner Circle. The link is in your email this morning. If you didn't open your emails yet, go to the emails, look at it. And here's something unique. Read the thing. It's good. Read it. I wrote it. It's good. I know it's good. But in any event, look at this. Marshev. Who's this Marshev guy? Oh, he wrote a book called Become the Exception. Oh, he wrote a book called I'm Feeling Good. It's Monday. And I wrote that because everybody says, oh, it's Monday. I feel lousy on Monday. Well, I don't feel lousy on Monday. I feel good on Mondays. Tips and Tricks is a book. More on Proving Selling Systems of books. Treat Your Customers Like Dogs is a book. The older I get, the better I was. Now, here's the lesson, folks. Now, listen real cool. The screen you look at that that looks like, I think, I'm talking, this is my opinion, that looks like this guy, Marshev, has written 7 books. This guy, this guy has something to say. This guy has an opinion. This guy puts his thoughts down on paper. That's what that, now here's the catch 22 or catch 21 or whatever it is. You don't know what's behind that cover. You don't know if there is, in fact, a book behind that cover. All you're looking at are covers. Well, someone a long time ago, a lot smarter than me, said you can't tell a book by its cover. However, you do buy a book by its cover. That's also true. So the cover is what sells, because you don't know what's behind it. It could be, it could be gibberish. It could be written in Japanese. You don't know what page 2 looks like. But here's my point. You are in the travel business. You can have 7 of these, or 20 of these, or 30 of these. And it says, why would anybody want to go to Bermuda? Why would anybody want to go take a cruise to the Mediterranean? Why would anybody want to take a river cruise? I mean, not that title. You do different titles, but now you can put the covers of your reports on a single piece of paper and send this to the next prospect. And I know what they're going to. This woman has something to say. This woman has an opinion. This woman knows Bermuda and cruises and how to cruise with children and what the mistakes to avoid when you're going to Italy. I mean, this woman knows her business. And my point is, and I hope I'm getting this burr under your saddle, you can do this. Because it's a little software, you make your own cover. I can make these covers all day long. I mean, covers are covers. But presumably, behind the cover, just like when you asked this morning, asked for, why should I do business with you? There's some ideas behind the cover. There's some experience behind the cover. There's some recommendations behind the cover. There's some websites behind the cover. There's some templates behind the cover or some lists behind the cover. Now, what you want to make sure, they might not fall in love with your little piece of information. They might not fall in love with it, but you don't want to shoot yourself in the foot. You only put in what you know to be true. And it doesn't have to be 40 pages. You don't know how thick this book is. It could be 2 pages. It could be a single page. They're buying the cover. Now, if you give them information, the more power to you. Everybody's happy. And I'm not suggesting you necessarily you can sell these things if you want, but you don't have to. But my point is how do you position yourself different from your competition? And you're looking at the screen to do it right there. Now, I'm my biggest fear, as always. I'm going to go to the list, and someone just tell me that you can see and hear what it is I'm talking about. Leanne Watson. Why would anybody? Let's see. Hold on. Let me just see. Why would anybody want to do business with you? It was short and to the point, and I sent it out to my entire staff. Okay, so Arvid commented on the special report this morning. Ken came back with an email, which brings me to another point. I don't want to forget. Ken brought me to another point this morning, but Arvid just said that it was short, which is good news today. It was on point, which is good news today. And look at this. It was viral. He sent it out to somebody. So now this guy Marshev is saying, hey, not bad stuff. Maybe you, and all of a sudden he sends it out to his marketplace, depending on what it is. Now, you write a booklet that's good stuff, on point, short. They're going to send it out to their family. I mean, and something's going to happen. Nothing bad's going to happen. I'll tell you that. Nothing bad's going to happen. Only good can happen. And it's so easy to do. It's so easy to do. Now, the question, I'm not dodging the question. Hold on, let me just take, okay, everybody can hear me? Okay, that's great. Someone asked, what software did I use to make these covers? Well, the software, and I'm not going to dodge this. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to send everybody the email. My brother-in-law passed it on to me, so I don't know. Okay, but in the meantime, it's got to be $19 or $39 or $49, whatever it is. I don't know what it is, but you can get it. But number two, if you only have 2 covers, you don't want to spend $50 on a cover. So what you do is you go to 5RR. Remember that 5RR.com, and you tell somebody there who's got it, and you say, hey, give me here $5, give me a cover. And then you can design it to look exactly the way you want and throw it back and forth until you're happy with it. Then they give you a JPEG, and you have it for the rest of your life. So that's 5RR is the $5 way to get a cover, and I'll send out and just Google ebook covers software, and you'll probably get about 100 of them. But I'm not giving. I don't know this one because my brother-in-law put me onto it, so I'm not dodging that question. Okay, so let me just go down here, and that was the Eva. Eva, I'm glad you made it. Okay, and Debbie's on the line here too, and also Linda. Okay, everybody's in shape. Okay, great. All right, so this is not why the cover thing. I just wanted to show you how easy. I mean, in 1 week you can have 6 of these because you already have all the information, folks. Don't tell me you don't have it. You have it. And if you don't think you're a writer, write all your notes, your jiggle, your yellow pieces of paper. Write your info down, and then send that to a writer on 5RR, and for $5 they'll give you a 10-page booklet. I mean, it's as simple as that. So tell me you don't want to do it. Don't tell me you can't do it. That's my point there. Okay, let's see. Let's go to this. Strategy. This is Sales Strategy 101, and it came off of a list I got, and this said, write a who gives a damn letter just to see what comes of it. That was the instruction. I copied that out of a e-zine somewhere. Those of you who know me, I've been talking about flyer letters for a long time, and a flyer letter is nothing more than a who gives a damn letter. I'm going to write a letter to somebody, and I don't care if they answer me or if they don't answer me. But if I want to talk to somebody, if I want to meet somebody, then it's my duty to start the ball rolling. So a who gives a damn letter is, I'm going to write a letter to the Pope, Pope Francis. I'm going to see if Pope Francis has a travel agent. So I write him a letter. I mean, what's the worst thing that can happen? Nothing. Nothing. There's no worst thing. But if I really wanted to meet the person, then I got to follow up with additional letters. So I mean, we're talking about 2 different things here. Who gives a damn letter is just kind of a fun, let's see what happens, versus a targeted audience where I'm going to be the travel agent of the Pope. Okay, I'm going to be that guy, and that might take more than a couple letters. But here's how it works. Here's the strategy that's simple, and this happened yesterday. Okay, so yesterday I spotted this article in my Sun Sentinel newspaper, and it said South Florida women topping business list. Now, most of you, we don't care about that. I don't know these ladies. Who cares? Top women's business. Who cares about women's business? I don't care about that. So you turn the page and you read the comics. Well, let's back up. Every morning, you have something like this in your local newspaper. Every morning. So I'm not suggesting you spend 5 days on this. I'm suggesting you write a flyer letter on this. And what I'm suggesting is there's the person. It's a real live human being. Now, to me, this means nothing. But to her, the woman in the photo, hey, I made the newspaper. Just like you people out there, don't tell me you don't get excited when you get into the newspaper, because I know you do. Well, 2 things. Number 1, this woman finally got in some PR. Her PR paid off. She got in the newspaper. So you should be very, very pleased. Well, 2 things. Number 1, don't automatically think that she saw this. This is her day in court. This is her day in the spotlight. But she didn't know when it was going to happen, because this happened days or weeks ago, depending on the event. She doesn't know when this picture was going in the newspaper. So don't assume that all of these women know this. But you can assume that all of these women want to know this. That you can assume that. Now, so here's what happened. There was the article, and look at that. Sandra Finn is her name. And all I did was turn the newspaper, and I know that someone by the name of Sandra Finn just did something cool to get in my newspaper. So I read the article, and I found out where she worked. Oh, and also there's the other women, Gilda, Karen, Olga, Peggy, and Robin. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. There's 6 women there, 6 leads, if you will, in the newspaper today. Okay, so I go back to Sandra Finn, and I see that she works for a company, and it's called Sunrise Cross Country. See it under her picture there? It says Sunrise Cross Country. So In 8 milliseconds, I put Sunrise Cross Country in Google, and lo and behold, her website popped up. So there it is. Now, 2 seconds. Now, why is this important? I don't care about leading home warranties per se. I don't care about that. But I do know that on this website, I'm going to find this. And this is what I was looking for. This is the address. Cross Country Home, 1625, Sunrise, Florida, zip code, boom, right there. If I wanted to call, I would call somebody. And the customer service, by definition, is someone who's going to receive my call. Okay? So I wouldn't call general inquiries. I'd call customer service. I would. But in any event, that's all I want. I have her name. I know why she's in the paper because I read the article, and I have her address. So here comes flyer letter number 1. And I'll go, okay, did a little whimsy doodle there. And here's the letter. Okay. Now you make it. It doesn't lay out like this, but here it is. Dear Miss Finn, I could say her first name, if I wanted to, but normally I don't. Notice the comma after the Finn, not the colon. And I started out by saying I tell her she doesn't know me from Adam. I'm a stranger. I spotted your name in the money section. I mean, that's where I spotted it. I'm telling you the truth. It was Tuesday, as a matter of fact. Tuesday, what's today, Wednesday? Yeah, it was yesterday. I'm telling you guys the truth, too. The Sun Sentinel, there it is. I spotted your name in the Sun Sentinel. So now she knows that her name was in the money section of Tuesday's edition of the Sun Sentinel. And I reminded her of that. If she knew it, she'd still be reading it. So then I said, and I could not help but be impressed. Miss Finn, I'm impressed with you. Hey, idiot, don't ever call me again. No, it doesn't work that way. You tell somebody that you're impressed with them, and they now are looking you in the eye. That's how it works. And if I am impressed with her, I can say this. If I'm not, then I'm a liar. But I was impressed with her. How come? I was impressed with her because she had double-digit growth in the economy, and that is worthy of applause. Double-digit growth. That's everybody's whining today, and you're having double-digit growth. That's really cool. It's nothing short of incredible. My hat is off to you. So I tell her again. I said, "Good work there, Miss Finn. You're very good, very good." And then I say, "Hey, listen, I love to meet winning people. I love to meet winners. How about a cup of coffee?" Remember, this is a flyer letter, okay? This is a flyer letter. So I said, "How about a cup of coffee?" And then I say, "Look, I'm not going to take 7 days of your life. I'm going to take 30 minutes. I'm going to buy you a cup of coffee. Lighten up. I'm not going to kill you." And I'd enjoy having the opportunity to do so. And then I say, "By the way, if you didn't see the article, I'm enclosing a copy for your scrapbook." Okay? If time allows, and then if you say something, if time allows, I can tell you what I'm up to. But this is nothing about me, nothing about cruises, nothing about anything, but you being one sharp woman in business, getting double-digit growth. I like people like that. Let's have a cup of coffee because you're my kind of gal. That's what you're saying. And then closing a copy. Here's the strategy. You've got to be sincere, number 1. The letter you write's got to be short, number 2. Number 3, you must position your entry level, and that means, why am I writing to you? Well, I saw your name in the paper. Right out of the blocks, I position why I'm here. I call that the entry level. Then, rather than just say, "Boy, Miss Finn, you're the greatest thing since sliced bread. Goodbye, have a nice day," I say, "Hey, little action. How about a cup of coffee? How about an ice cream cone? How about dinner? How about whatever it is?" You ask something, which now is going to be a yes or a no, but you ask somebody, you seek action. You must, notice the blues are must, you must use a PS. Why do you use a PS? Because people read them. People will read a PS. So therefore, if you do not write a PS, you're missing a golden opportunity in any communication device to relay the message, either a new important message or a repeat message that was up top. But you use a PS. You must, and here, look at what's in red here. You must not enclose marketing materials. Now, that's probably where I'm losing most of you. wait a minute, wait a second, Mike, why go through all of this if I can't put my brochure? Because you're not selling anything. You're applauding right now. You're applauding. When you go to a concert, a Billy Joel concert, you don't stand up and applaud and say, hey, Billy, I can play Moon Over River Jones. Let me have the piano. You don't do. You're there to listen to him, to applaud him. I don't care if you can know how to play the piano or not. It's not your day. So don't include anything. You don't even include a business card unless you just want to have here's my phone number and email if you want it, but you're not selling. You don't want a hint of selling. You just want to get to know this person. That's all. You want to meet this person. Now, if somewhere down now, tongue in cheek, you know you can help her. You know that because somewhere in the next 50 years she's going to travel. So you can help her, but that you're not trying to help her yet. You're trying to get to know her because until she gets to know you, nothing's going to happen. So keep things first. Keep it in the pecking order. And 7, you must make a habit out of doing this. And the reason, and now I'm saying that because it works. Number 1, you will meet all kinds of people doing this. And number 2, if you don't make it a habit, then you'll try it once or twice, and then you'll go on to the next shiny bauble thing. But if you can do this once on Monday, do it once. On Thursday, do it once. If you do it twice a week to see how it works, then you'll be doing it more. Now, because your letter pretty much is generic, so you can load that up into your computer and then just make it personal, so you don't have to reinvent the wheel every time you do this. You can pull up your template letter and tweak it. The Google search will take all of 2 minutes. You get the name and the address and bingo, it's done. And then there's a chance that she won't respond. I understand that. But remember that it takes time. It takes time to develop a relationship. Now, if you told me, now follow this logic. This is called logic, I guess. If you graduated from college and applied for a job, and the reply said, gee, Mike, thanks, but no thanks, we've already filled it. What percentage of students, graduates, take that letter and that's the end of the story with IBM? I'll answer that. 99%. A very few will say, thanks for looking at my resume, have a nice life. But the people who want, now, the person giving out the job knows that. I'm going to say no, and they're going to go away. I know that because they don't want to work for me. They just want a job. But how about the person that comes back and says, I wrote you 2 months ago seeking employment, and I was just wondering if anything has changed. Now I contacted you twice, which immediately separates me from the other 28,000 people. And you say no job. 2 months later, I come back and say, I was just passing by your office. I was wondering if it's still, if there's any opportunities opening up, any entry-level positions opening up. Well, by the 5th or 6th letter, I am going to start getting a realization that, hey, this guy really wants to work for me. And I'm going to give you a job if one opens up. But most people quit after 1. And you're going to be there. So I want to be your travel agent. I want to meet you. I want to meet you. I want to meet you. You're my kind of person. You don't do it once every 2 hours. But you send your feeler letter, and then you trickle it, and then 2 months later, and say, I just wonder, I remember I wrote you 2 months ago, I was wondering how things are going today. Any chance for that cup of coffee? Well, by the 3rd letter, you will have coffee with that woman. Now, here's the truth. The truth is, most of you either don't believe what I'm saying or don't have the wherewithal or the discipline or the professionalism. I'll throw that. How about that one? To do it. You'll be looking for the easy way out. No, I want to go around, grab the, I'm going to reach out, grab the ring out of the bull's nose on the merry-go-round, and that's how easy it's going to be. Well, it's not going to be that easy today. You're going to be disappointed. But this is easy. Don't tell me it's hard. It is easy. So, let's see. Let's go, I go this here. That is really what I wanted to talk to you about today, is that strategy. And I think I'm doing you a service sharing that with you. So I feel good about today's meeting. And okay, now I got a letter. Now listen to this. Now see, I just got a note in from one of you that said, I get asked out often by insurance guys for coffee, and it always ends up being a sales call. Well, of course, and we know that. But that's why you don't send a brochure. That's why this is not a sales call. This is, I'm going to get to know you call. And when I do sit down and have coffee with you, I don't say me. It's not I. It's not my company. It's all about you. How did you get double digits in this economy? That double-digit growth, that's incredible. How did you decide to get into this business? Where did you go to school? What's your background? Get into me. And then it's not a sales call. Of course it'll fail if it's a sales call, but this is not about you. This is about them. What was in my PS again? Somebody just asked me. The PS again was, in case you missed it, here's a copy of the article. That's what I used in my PS. Okay, in case you missed it, here's a copy of the article. Now, what's going to happen there is that either she had it or she didn't. But now she can send a new, fresh copy to her Aunt Norma if she wants to. But also, it shows that I'm a courteous person. I think it shows me that I was, not that I need another copy, but it was nice of you to ask. So therefore, the guy kind of, he might be a nice guy. Yeah, and then there's another. I'm going to read some notes that are coming in here from the group here. Most might think there's a catch, like I want to sell. Yeah, everybody's going to think there's a catch because that's what we've been trained to do, folks. I mean, what we have to. My book is called Become the Exception. Why do you think it's called Become the Exception? Because if you do things right, you're the exception. You're not the norm. The world is full of ducks. The world is full of ducks. Everybody does the same thing. They walk around, bum, bum, bum. Hey, you have a newsletter? I have a newsletter. You do this? I do that. Everybody, and they look the same and they sound the same. That's why I told Joe By the other day on his blog, don't be just another blog who's politically correct and just another blah, blah, blah. Take a stand. Say something that you mean. A blog is all about your thoughts, your personality. And the person who wrote in on it, I rewrote a thing for you. I said, hey, I'm a cool guy. Give me a shot. So we have to step out a little bit. Now, if you want to be just plain vanilla, there's 40,000 of you out there selling the same stuff. You are plain vanilla. Everything you do, I have 40,000 other ways to do it. And I can do it myself. Because I'm a college-educated guy, and anything you can do, I can do. Don't fool yourself. So why you? Why should I do business with you? What's the big deal? Well, one of the big deals is that I don't lie to women. I'm not a marketing hype artist. If I don't think it's right for you, I'm going to tell you that. If I think you're spending too much money, I'm going to tell you that. And here's something that women are. I don't know if women are good at. I used to joke about it, women being better than men with their creepometer. I used to say women have a built-in creepometer, but I'm not so sure anymore. But people can tell. I'll generalize. People can tell when you don't believe in yourself. I can tell. When you're not confident, when you're lying, I can tell. I can read right through your eyes, your body movement, your hand movement, your leg movement. I can tell when you're not comfortable. I don't have to go to school to study that. You think you're good. This clown on TV the other night, I got pretty good at lying to women. Well, he's an idiot. Because probably every woman he's lied to probably knows exactly that he was lying at that time and flipped it around and used them for their own use. So I'm not buying that. All right, let me see who else is chiming in here. Let's see, John. What would be your thoughts on capturing a photo of the article and messaging it into her on Facebook? There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, John, you can scan it, capture it. If you had a Mac, you take a quick picture of it and send it. But I would call that Plan B, John. Just like if I send you an email. If I send you an email and I said, gee, I just heard your mom died, I'm awful sorry. Now, does that carry the same weight than a card in your mailbox stamped with a personal note from me at a time of bereavement? You know the answer to that. Well, the same thing holds true in I can cut, scan, copy, email, easy. easy, fast, 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 and easy. But if I take the time and write you a handwritten note, I think it's going to work in my favor. It might not, but I think it will. Uh, okay, I'm going to repeat the website for a couple of people. Go check out. I'm not telling you to buy anything. I want you to go check out www.5verr.com. www.5rr.com. And all it is, it's a cool little website where 10,000 talented people are out there waking up right now at noon in Des Moines, Iowa, whatever they are, and they have a talent. They have a machine. They have a software. They have something. And you can ask them to do something for you for $5, and they will do it. And most of them, I would say, not everybody by a long shot, but I'll say half of them are really good. And if it's not, what costs you $5 to find out. So go analyze that, check it out for yourself. Okay, hold on. Okay, answered that one. Stand by. Stand that by. Let me go to the bottom here. Okay, Debbie P. says, I already found mine. A woman who was a flight attendant, and when she quit, she was disheartened and tried to find something to do, has created a wonderful girls club that has developed into a ministry. The ministry bringing in more than 200 high school girls a week. Perfect. Congratulations, Debbie. That's fantastic. That's really very, very, very cool. Excellent. Excellent. Perfect. There you go. So there you got a lead right there. Let me see what Linda K says. Was the letter a sample for, you can use that letter if you want, or you send it to her. Was the letter a sample for us, or no? I didn't send it to her because I didn't care about it. I didn't send it to her. No, I don't necessarily want to meet her. So, I'd rather meet you, Linda. So, look out in the mailbox. I could be sending you a letter any minute. No, that was for you as a sample. And if you want to, hold on a second. Let's see. Let's see. Boom, bing, bing, bing. Bing. Yeah. Now this letter, Linda, I can be happy to. If anyone sends me an email, I'll just send you a copy of this letter. Not that you're going to use this, but you might want to use it as a template and just give the idea. So send me an email, and I'll shoot you this letter template. Use it, don't use it, it's okay with me. It's not a problem. Okay, so that's that one. Let me go on to the next one. Oh, here's one from Ken L. People love to talk about their success. Yeah, absolutely. People love to talk about anything. Ken, they like to talk. People like to hear their voice. They like to talk. So the real skill, and it's a skill, is to get them talking, and being interested, and don't be fake, but be sincere. That I want to know about. How do you do that? And probe and dig, and they will like you. Absolutely. Okay, now, this says, wrong, Mike. We are uncomfortable with the conversation that takes place during the cup of coffee. I don't know what that means. We are uncomfortable with the conversation that takes place during the cup of coffee. If you can expand on that, because I don't understand why you would be uncomfortable being interested in somebody else's success. I'm drawing a blank there, so you're going to have to explain that. And going to the second step on that, if you haven't ever done this before, if you have never done this before, that's better English. If you have never done this before, it will feel awkward. You'll feel like they're looking at your soup stain on your blouse or something. I don't know, but the more you do it, the more comfortable you'll be. And being sincerely interested in other people, it shouldn't be that hard. It shouldn't be that hard, and you'll get better at it. You'll become Barbara Walters, for heaven's sakes. Get out of you and into them. And it'll get easier and easier and easier. Now, let me see. Okay, let me see. Screen is up. Anyone? Boom, boom. We talked about that. I didn't know the program. Okay, let me go to the bottom. Uh, Nancy B. I know a little on. Oh, a little off subject. Okay, we'll segue off a little bit here. Take a break. We'll segue off. Can you talk for a minute on your river cruise in a box program? I understand you can't right now, but I'm excited about it. Okay, yes, I can. Um, Stand by. I'll invite anybody who wants to stay on the line, and I'll go over the river box program with you and tell you what I did, and I'll walk through it with you. Okay, Nancy, and if for some reason we don't do it, Nancy, you and I can do it because I'm interested in your input. And here's another segue off. Uh, I belong to a group of mostly retired women. No one can solicit to these women, and my idea of creating a travel buddy system or travel got shot down. Do it friendly. Okay. How do I establish a relationship? All right. Well, without reading the whole sentence, you belong to a club. Okay, I get that. You also cannot solicit. Okay, I get that. But that doesn't mean you can't give them a gift. You can't provide something of value to them if they want it. Not that you're going to force feed it down your throat, but you can go back to that cover idea and write a book on women's safety, not about you, but women's safety on the road or cruise etiquette or ABCD. You then can put a nice cover on it and say, I love this organization, and as my gift to you, everybody in your organization, if you want, you can download this copy of the special report. And you're positioning yourself as the woman in the know. You're giving them a gift. If you want to, you can put a little price up in the corner saying $9.95 or $19.95 or $2,095, whatever you want to put up there. And then you say, I love this club, and I want to help this club. And here's a report on staying safe while away from home. Okay, and then you give it to them, and you can come up with all kinds of neat and offer them one of 5 books with different titles. Folks, listen. Here's how it works. If I said to you, here's a book, do you want it? There's a lot of people who will knee jerk and say no. But if I said, here's 5 books, pick one, everyone will pick one. Hey, I don't make this stuff up. So if I say, here, give me a referral, really nothing comes to mind right now. Hey, give me 3 referrals. You will give me 1. Give me 5 referrals. You'll give me 2. That's just the way the human brain works. Test it for yourself. I don't make this stuff up. Okay. I got to thank you for that. Oh, what I wanted to do is I wanted to pick on Ken for a minute. Not pick on you, Ken, but I wanted to use you as a sample. I shot out an email today to everybody, over 100 people in the group, and I sent out an email, and I got 2. And I wasn't soliciting a response. I didn't say come back to me and talk to me. I didn't say that, but 2 people did. And they happened to both say nice things. Well, how do you think that made me feel? That I offered here's I was stumbling today and I'm browsing around the internet and I found this thing and here's a link and you might enjoy it. Bingo. And Ken wrote back and said, yeah, he said a nice thing to me. Well, don't you think that Ken now moves to the right of the ledger in my mind as a courteous guy who responded to me? Don't you think that's the way it works? Well, if you don't think that's the way it works, folks, then we got to go do another course with you because that's how it works. And when people send you an email, I know you got it. They don't know you got it. So tell them you got it. That's the courteous thing to do. 10-4, gotcha. Be back in a minute. Whatever it is. But people send out emails and they go one way and you wonder where it went. But if somebody sends you an important email, just take 8 milliseconds and acknowledge the fact that you got it, and you'll go up miles in their book as someone who follows up, someone who's paying attention, someone who's interested. So my biggest fear with you folks is that you're copying the ducks. You want to be another duck. I want to be like them. I want to be like the 40,000 other peers selling cruises. I want to be just like them. That's what frightens me. You don't want to be like them. You want to be like you. You want to do it right. And right takes a couple of more minutes. and right will go to the top of the pile. And that's what you want to do. I want you to be an eagle. I don't want you to be a duck. I want all the ducks to write you nasty emails and say, gee, I think you're a creep. I'm off your email list. Yeah, go out, get off my email list. I told you this a lot. The faster somebody wants off my list, the better I like you. If you don't want me on my list, that's okay. Tell me. I don't want to carry you for 10 years. Be off the list. I want to deal with squared away people. And you want to deal with squared away people, but you want to be a squared away people. So you want to, start acknowledging people, folks. Start acknowledging their emails. And it'll work. And you'll move to the right-hand column in their ledger, too. That's how that works. Okay, I'm pontificating. I don't like it when I do this. All right. No. If you offer something of value, now the call came back. Okay, my club can't solicit, but I like the club. What can I do? And I said, well, give them something of value. And then that's not soliciting. No, it's not. You didn't say buy something from me. You're not soliciting. You're giving. No givers. Does your club have that one? No givers. You're not saying call me. You're not saying I think I can help you. You're not soliciting. You're giving them information. Now, if you don't want to write your book, give them, here's one for you. If you want their attention, give everybody a copy of Shades of Grey. Go ahead, do that one, see what happens. If some of you love you, some of you won't. Some won't get it. But in any event, don't give them your book, right? Give them another book. Hey, I like this club. Here's a book. So if you see, here's one of the problems that women have. I think that men have it, but women have it more. Women are not good at promoting themselves. Okay, you're not good at it. But I'll tell this particular person, if you don't tell me you're alive, I won't know it. I don't care about you. There's enough people out there doing what you do. If you don't raise your hand and come to me and tell me something, I won't know and I won't care. So you go build your business the quiet way and tell me how you do it. And I'm not telling you to be manipulative. I'm not telling you to be aggressive. I'm not telling you to be arrogant. I'm telling you to be visible. Because if you're invisible, you're dead. You're done. You're gone. And I'm not telling you to hawk your wares. I'm telling you to position yourself as somebody who cares. I don't think I just said anything wrong. Now, if you don't want to do that, then maybe, I don't know. I don't know you. But maybe it's time to go get your resume out and go work for IBM. Do a 9-to-5 job, get paid for the hours you put in, and life goes on. Nothing wrong with that. But if you want to build your business, you have to build your business. And I'm not suggesting you be arrogant. And I'm not suggesting you be loud and boisterous in all these negative terms. But you have to be visible, and you have to bring something of value to the people that are on your marketplace. I mean, there it is right there. I can't say anything clearer than that. Okay, well, I wanted to take 30 minutes. It's 45 minutes. Here's what we'll do. We'll do it this way, Nancy. I'm going to hang up and call this meeting adjourned so people can get back to work. And if anybody wants, in the next 10 minutes, if anybody wants to listen in, and I'll walk you through my how to sell river cruises in a box program. I'm just about ready to send it to AMA Waterways to get their blessing. If anybody wants to tune in, I can walk through it on the telephone with them. I'd love to have you on the phone so I could get your input. If anybody wants to, send me an email send me an email right now, and I will set up another meeting at, let's say, 2 o'clock, and we can go through that. It should take 15 minutes. So I'm going to adjourn this meeting, and mike@mikemarshev.com. Send me an email, and we'll set up a second meeting and just go over that for those who want to. Okay, Nancy, that's what we'll do there. All right. Give me a sign, Nancy, on the line there. Is that okay with you? Give me a yes, no, or indifferent. Boom. Okay, not getting anything yet. Anybody? Okay, if anybody's planning on sending me an email, put it in there. But I love reading that. Okay, Nancy, yes. Okay, very good. All right, so meeting's over. Think about this. You're not manipulative. You're here to help me. You're here to help me. If you're here to hurt me, then you're a crook. But you're not. You're here to help me make my next vacation a memorable one, one that I'm very pleased with. That's what you're doing. So you never have to apologize for that. So remember that. Also remember, if you don't tell me you're alive, I will never know that. So you have to do something. You have to get into the game. Okay, talk to you later. I enjoyed it. Hope this worked, and I'll be looking to see if any emails come in for the River Box in a couple of minutes. Okay, everybody, bye now. Bye. I'm hanging up.